Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
But,
the marketing.
Yeah, so I got more into it, and the more I would market, the more I would talk to people. I ended up meeting this one lady, and she lived in Jackson, Tennessee, and she said, you know, you're really good at talking. Would you mind hosting an event for me? And I was like, sure. I never thought about it, but you just gave me an idea. Okay, so I hosted that one, and it was what was her event? It was a woman's event down there for young women in Jackson. And from there, it was another lady there from Atlanta, and so she had a panel. She had a panel for young ladies on how to be an entrepreneur. And so she asked me would I speak at her panel, and I did. And you know, one thing that I guess the feedback that she gave to me was it was very relatable and was understandable, because you know, when you think of entrepreneurship, you think of the fun parts. You don't think about how mentally exhausting this stuff is, the ups and downs, and just trying to figure it out. And so that's what I spoke on at the panel. And it's just like, you know, I don't want to talk about the fun parts. Like, it's enough people out here.
And that's about the glitz and glamour.
Yes, and that's how I feel like how social media has become, is the glitz and glamour. And now no one feels safe to say, okay, I messed up, and if I messed up, how do I move forward from here? You know, and it's like, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to make mistakes. But society has taken away that grace for us to be able to just...
It's like, if you mess up at all, it's canceled.
It's canceled. It's canceled. You know what I'm saying? And that's not right. And especially, we're all so young. Like, I just turned 30 in January. I don't have things figured out.
Same.
I try to make the best decisions that I can make. And so I'm at the point now, I know I'm very successful for my age, you know, when you look at certain things. But what I'm so proud about is my grace and my kindness, and saying who I am when the world's not kind to me. And that's really hard to do. It's really hard to do. And being able to heal without scars, that's even harder. You know, and not to take out frustrations on other things, you know. And you will learn that through entrepreneurship. Because people will tell you they want to help you, they'll do this and that, and I'm a woman of my word, and I expect for other people to be either a man or woman of their word. So I had to realize people lie. I don't lie like that, but other people lie like that. And I had to figure that out. You know, I couldn't understand that. And so that's what I was just talking about on the panel. So it went really well, and that lets even more talking events and just all those things. And so it came down to my niece, and my niece was just talking to me. You know, she's around a lot of kids that don't look like her, because, you know, they like to separate us in classrooms.
They do.
You know, that type of stuff. And she would talk to me about beauty, and, you know, ask me, is she like pretty or whatever? And that really hurt my soul that we're still going through that, because I went through that when I was her age, through that schooling system too. And it's just like, dang, what can I do to show her that Black is beautiful? Black is strong. You know, when you get out of America, the world looks like us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
a beautiful thing to see that, and the rest of the world cares so much, and it's just like we've been given this one picture, and we have painted it for so long, the lines are blurred, people don't understand it. And so I was just telling and talking to my mom, you know, these phones pick up everything. Hi!
Pressure!
I love the bow.
The little bow.
She was like, baby, this is too much. This is too much.
Gosh. Okay,
But,
I'll stop.
Okay. So the algorithm picked it up, and it came across, and I just applied for it. And the questions they asked me, you know, you had to go through several different categories, but the ones that weighed the most was the personality interview, the talent, and the gown. You know? And I killed the gown. The gown.
Come on!
Okay, that's one thing I'm gonna do is rock an outfit. Okay. So I wasn't worried about that. And you know, a talent for a lot of people is like music and singing and all that. I am none of those things. So I had to really figure out, what am I good at? Talking. So I did public speaking. So that's what it was. And my topic that I did was doing decisions. Like, you know, when you are in the heat of a moment, if you don't train yourself, you may make a permanent decision on temporary feelings. You know what I'm saying? And that will mess you up.
Wait, let that soak. Let that soak. Hold on. You may make a permanent decision off of some temporary feelings, bro.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's the word.
That's the words. How do I know that? From the mistakes I have made.
I feel you.
You know, and I've just
Yeah.
learned. And so I just talked about that and how we can just take the extra 30 seconds or just ask, I need a moment to think. You know, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay to do, but people have, when I say people, I just mean the society has taken away that opportunity for that grace.
Yeah.
Everybody's not quick on their feet.
Yeah.
Everybody is not very decisive. So for the ones that's indecisive, build the muscle of saying, I need a moment to think. Shucks, let me sleep on it. It's okay. Like, ask for those moments. You know, if the opportunity is truly for you, it's always gonna be for you. Can't nobody take that away from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if it is, then you know it wasn't coming from God. And why would you want it anyways?
And on that tip, I'll also say that's how I be shopping. Like, if I see something and I know I like it, but I know I didn't come in there for that, and I know I don't need to spend my money like that.
Yes.
I'm like, you know what? I know I like it.
Yes.
Let me come back to it. Let me get these groceries. Like, let me actually sustain life
Yes.
before I try to just look a certain way. And then I'll come back for it. If it's for me, like you said,
It's there. It's there. And
God's
hopefully if it's for you, don't call it on sale.
time.
You know, catch it on sale. Ask for a coupon. You can never
Yes.
go wrong with asking a question. Like,
Yes.
you know, and so.
That's big entrepreneur energy too, I feel like.
Yes.
Just asking questions.
Yes.
I could take that back to school.
Yes.
Like, I was that kid who was like nervous to ask a question to sound like I didn't know. But like what I've learned with entrepreneurship is like, bro, just ask somebody to be your mentor, ask for like advice. If you don't understand a word, what's that word mean? Like, just ask the question.
Ask the questions,
Yeah.
right? And so my thing is, this necklace does not want to act right,
It was perfect for the shoot though.
you know. And shout out to Amazon, did what it should have did.
Okay.
You know, period. But that's exactly what it is. And I tell, you know, I still work at the university, and a lot of students, they come to me, and the advice that I give to them about that is, if you're asking questions to somebody and they get frustrated, that's a good thing for you. That's a good thing. Because if you're asking questions and someone gets excited to tell you, then that lets you know that that's a person that you need to have around you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you want to figure that out at the beginning, not the later end, where you got to pick it up. You know, it's one of those things. And so that was that. And my last part, yeah.
That's something else you reminded me of. If like throwing back to modeling and like contracts. That was
Yeah.
my first introduction to like contracts with working and everything like that.
Yeah.
And so I learned that if people, because I was like maybe 19 when I first like offers started to be like taking this modeling like seriously or whatever.
Yeah.
People will try to apply pressure.
Yes.
You know, like to rush your decision making, hoping that you
Impulsive
Well,
decisions.
been to their
Yes.
like timeline or
Yes,
whatever.
exactly.
But like what you're saying, even if someone's doing that, it's like, hold on, let me take a night, let me sleep on this. Oh, we need to know like right now. If you don't make the decision right now, you'll lose it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay then.
Yeah, because that's a marketing tactic. It makes you feel like, oh my gosh, if you don't,
All right.
you know, if you don't do this right now, that's them trying to make you act impulsive.
Anxious.
You know,
Yeah,
anxious,
yeah.
exactly. I stay away from people like that. I don't need no help with my anxiety. I got
Okay.
that. Okay, me and this brain,
enough
we do
of
enough
it.
for that.
Enough
I got
stimulation.
enough anxiety for the state of Texas at this point. Like, I don't need no help. But, you know, and I think my personality interview with them went really well.
Of course.
You know, they asked me, why do I want, because I talked about Memphis so much in my interview, and they were like, well, you want to do so much for Memphis, what about the rest of the state? I said, I care for the state of Tennessee, but I care for my ground zero. That's where I got to start.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable jumping over to Nashville, Chattanooga, any other big city in Tennessee,
Yeah.
and
They got
skip
their own
over.
people there.
Right, and I said, and skip over my home. They need me here. And I'm doing this to bring some positivity to this city,
Yes.
you know, and let people know that there's good people like us here. There's a lot of great people, but they don't want to show that part because Memphis' image is the glorified of the struggle. And the only way we're going to be able to change that is building back to our community and going back to what I knew when I was a kid and coming up and being able to just go to so many different things. We had Liberty Station. I mean, we had Jillian's, we had Celebration Station, we had Putt. I mean, we had so many different places to just come together. The skating ring, the bowling alleys, even we used to have parties at the park. Like they used to throw, and it'd be middle school to high schoolers there. And of course, a couple of fights would break out, but ain't nobody shooting us. Ain't nobody trying to come out to really harm each other. Like, just like even movie Friday when Pops had said, you fight another day. Like, it's okay to have disagreements, and it's okay to get that fight out when you're young. If that's what you got to do that. But everybody can go home. You win some, you lose some. It's okay. But again, we're making these permanent decisions off these temporary bases because society is not giving you that grace to make those, those mistakes. And so, as you see, they crowned me. And I mean, even then, I was not expecting to win. I was actually preparing my mind to lose, right? And but God. And I think that's one of the reasons why I did get crowned is because everybody can be a winner, but how are you when you lose? That's the part, and I don't want to lose myself on that part, and I don't want to ever get so high on the course that I don't feel like I can ever lose. You know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like I can't lose because God is on my side, and whatever comes through Him is for me. Yeah. But you gotta, it's a balance in it, And it's the confidence. I never want to get cocky. I never want to try to think that I should just have it because it don't work like that. Yeah. It don't work, and I never want to feel that way. So that's why I just want to make sure that when I'm in this creative space that I walk in the room, I acknowledge. You know how much acknowledging people can do for you? You know what I'm saying? We all have, because we're Black people, been in that room where we just get ignored, and that feeling of, wow, like, why are you feeling so comfortable to not acknowledge the next person? And there's statistics out here where if you smile at a stranger, you might save their life. True. A smile. I didn't even say, hey. I didn't say speak, but just the point of acknowledging. Come on, y'all, that's not hard to do. Yeah. That's not hard to do. Hey. How you doing? So I'm just at this great space where that's perfect. It's just picking up, and I'm just being me, and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, and God has allowed me, and as I walk this journey, it is getting harder. Not in a bad way. It's because I know I'm on the right path. Yeah. I'm on the right path, and it does get lonely, but I'm not alone because I do have God. And the more. And it's so crazy because I remember seeing this video online one time. She is adorable. She is. Where he was like a billionaire. And one of them guys was like, how did you become a billionaire? He said, by my faith. It was like 6 or 7 people back to back to back about faith. And this is like maybe 5 years old at this point. And I remember asking my pastor, I was like, how do you build faith like this? Like, how do I get faith? Like, So in the Bible, my favorite Bible story is when Mary had fought through the crowd just to touch the cloth of Jesus. Not to talk to him, not to say, but just the belief, just the belief to that. The faith that she had.
Somebody touched me.
Oh my God. And not only that, I think this is a part of that story that Mary doesn't get a lot of recognition on the back end, is that when when Jesus had said, who touched me? Like, nobody touched you, Jesus. No. See, this touch. Somebody touched me. And she was humble enough to say, it was me. I'll give it back to you. Because I wasn't trying to steal from you, Jesus. I was not at all. I just know that you can protect me, and not that only make me better. Yeah. All right. And so I want that faith. And since I've been trying to gain it, and I have been gaining that, the world is my oyster.
Well, I still don't have an outro. I think I'm gonna just
like, subscribe, share, comment. Y'all know what to do with content. Don't be ugly about it. It's free to support.